everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to keep it very simple, quick and easy. I want to do my get ready with me, quick everyday makeup routine that gets me out the door as quick as possible in the morning. So if you're looking for something that's fuss free, don't need much skill, can get out that door, do the kids' school run or go to work or whatever you have to do in the morning, this is going to be the type of video that you're looking for. I'm going to include some new enough products just so you can get a first impression of them. So I'm using the Stay Naked from Urban Decay, I'm using the Sensational Primer from Crease, and I'm also using a new highlight from Wet n Wild. Wanted to just throw in a few products that I've been using for a while and some products that I know work, products that I can rely on and get out the door. And I really hope you enjoy this. It's easy and straightforward. If you have any questions, leave them below. And if you want to see how I achieve this really basic, simple makeup look, then keep on watching. What we're trying to do with this video. Basically, we're trying to get out that door as quick as we can in the morning time. We don't have time for messing around. We don't have time for fancy makeup tricks. We just need to get the job done so that we can get out the door. So these are the products that I'm kind of using at the moment that are really just quick, easy, but really reliable and will get me out that door as quick as possible because I don't have time and I don't have the energy in the mornings. So the first product I'm going to use is the Sensational Primer from Crease, and this is basically a primer that says it's a primer, hydrates, anti-wrinkle, gives a natural glow, pore minimizing, even out skin tone. It does everything. It's supposed to do everything. So I'm going to pop a bit of that on the back of my hand and I'm just going to buff this in. You can use your fingertips if you're in a massive rush or if you don't have a brush to hand, but I like to buff this into the skin. And I'm going to use the Mima Jane brush for this. This is a travel size one, but I'm going to just buff that all over the skin. The foundation I'm going to use is the new Stay Naked foundation from Urban Decay, and I am really enjoying this. I have got normal skin, I've said this loads of times, and this probably is a little bit more of a mattifying foundation, but I do like to use a slightly mattifying foundation if I'm looking for my makeup to last all day. And I'll show you my little tricks that will give it a little bit of a glow. So applying a glowy base is going to help obviously, but I'll show you as I go along how I make it look a little bit more dewy at the end. So that's the primer on. You can see it gives a lovely highlight to the skin. It's not overwhelming, it's not too much, but I am really enjoying it, and it's something that I'm definitely going to be talking about more on my channel because I'm just very impressed and the price of it is so inexpensive. So I'm just putting this all over my face. I have it on a makeup palette here, so I'm just popping a bit on my face and then I can use my So-So blender to pop that into the skin. Press, dab, don't rub like this, just tap into the skin. This really helps the makeup last a little bit longer as well, because you're actually working the product right into the skin and it can look very natural as well. The shade I'm using is 41NN and I think this matches my tan pretty well. So I'm just popping that in to the skin. I always call it popping, but I'm pressing it into the skin and I'm going to grab a little bit more. Make sure that I'm really well blended. I always go back over this area of my face, kind of around where I have got a few more pores, and I just work that in a little bit more into the skin because I just find it makes my skin look a lot more flawless. So I think that's enough coverage. You can see I didn't apply loads, so it gives a really nice coverage. I have put my brows on already. Just use a pencil to pop my brows on. I used the Full Brow Skinny Brow pencil. Love this. I love this brand. I'm going to use another product in a second. This is in the shade Dark. I do think I would be better in the, I think it's called medium brown shade or something. But that's the one I have, so I'm just using that. Okay, so that's that. Next I'm going to use a concealer. Now I use a heavy duty concealer during the day. Sometimes I do use the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer, I love that, but I'm kind of tired at the moment. I'm due a holiday, so I'm tired. So I do use something that's a little bit stronger and that brightens my skin at the same time. So I'm using the shade Vanilla in the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I'm just going to pop that under my eye like so. My skin is pretty dry at the moment. Well, it's actually more dehydrated. I'm just really tired and really due a holiday. So I'm going to use my sponge. This does look crazy, but you get the idea. Just make sure you've covered all areas before you go in under your eye. Just move that bit of hair out of the way. And I love this because if I'm using a brush for under my eye, I tend to have to go back in with my foundation brush to blend the line between my powder and my foundation, but I don't need to do that when I'm using a sponge like this because it actually does it automatically for you, which is great. But I do have to say, I do like a brush with that foundation as well. You get different finishes depending on what kind of tool you use. Next, I'm going to just apply a small bit of cream blush. And the blush I'm using today is the Makeup Forever, which I dirty in it there, Makeup Forever Cream Blush, HD Cream Blush in the shade 215. And it's in bits, I'm not going to show you. But I always just pop a little bit of that on my sponge and tap into the skin. So straightforward. Oh, I think I put a little bit too much on that. If I did, I'll just grab a little bit of my foundation and go back over it. Sorry, I wasn't watching what I was doing at that time. Another bit over this side. Just gives it a lovely glow to the skin. Next, I'm quickly going to set my, put a bit of foundation there just to make sure it's all blended. Next, I'm just going to set my skin, and I'm going to use my favourite powder, probably ever, and it's the RCMA No Colour Powder. You can get a translucent one, which I do love as well, and I'm just going to use the Blank Canvas F40 to set this powder in place. So just the only thing I don't like about it is the packaging is pretty crap, so I just always get a little bit on the top, press my brush into it and tap under my eye. This is such a good brush for setting under the eye, and I have something under my eye now. Very easy, very straightforward. I'm going to use the same powder, but this time on a So SF105. It's from the Face collection, and I'm going to use that to press. I set all my face, my whole face, with a powder always, because it just makes my foundation last a lot longer. But I'll show you how I get that dew back, the dewiness back at the end. So I'm just making sure I have everything covered. You can see I'm not being too precise with this at all. Next, I'm going to grab the F50 from Blank Canvas. Probably needs a bit of a clean. And I'm going to use a tried and trusted bronzer, favourite bronzer, MAC Mineral Skin Finish in the shade Give Me Sun. And I'm just going to pop that into the back part of my cheeks, just to bronze and kind of contour at the same time. And we've said this already, but in the shape of a 3. So over here, down here, and then down. So in the shape of a 3. Out the door you go. This is just to give a little bit of depth to the skin. You don't want anything too harsh. And if you want to put a bit on your chest just to blend it all in, off you go. I always like to put a little bit over here on the bridge of my nose because it kind of gives me that sun-kissed look. Simple as that. Next is blush. Another really brilliant product, Milani Luminoso blush, and I'm just going to pop that on my cheeks. SF104 from Sosu. And I always bring it back towards the hairline, never down. Always popping it back. This is almost like a highlight and blush in one. So it's just brilliant for getting out that door. I'm all about getting out that door today. And that's it. Next, I'm going to put a tiny bit of highlight on. This is a really amazing highlighter, but it's quite strong, so we need to be careful. So it's the Wet n Wild I'm So Lit. What's it called? It's the Mega Glow Loose Highlighting Powder. It's fab when you see it, but it's seriously full on. So I always have to tap it off. I actually do tap a little bit on the back of my hand because it's just so blinding. It's proper blinding. So I leave it like that, and then I go back in with my blush brush and just blend it out just to get rid of any harshness. But it's such a nice highlight. Same on the other cheek. And the same thing again. I'm not putting any extra product on this brush, I'm just using it to blend it out. How easy is that? Now on to the eyes, which is like instant, okay? I'm going to use the Carter Beauty Phoenix palette, the little bronzing palette, and I'm going to use the top corner one called Inferno, and I'm just going to pop that with Anima, what is this called? Anima Bell Brush, and I'm literally just popping a bit of that in the socket of my eye, not precisely at all. I'm just literally throwing it in there. The brush does all the work for you, so I would advise investing in something like this, and this is probably my favourite one of them all. And you just pop it in the crease. It's only just to open the eye and to kind of make you look a little bit more polished. You don't need to be doing too much. Like, I'm literally not going to do much of my eyes at all today. Okay, so that just opens the eye a little bit more, and then I'm going to use the same palette, and I'm going to use the E26 from Blank Canvas, and I'm going to use the shade Aflame. I'm just going to pop that under the eye. And you do the same on both eyes. Now, what you can do at this point is you can take a little brush, like a flat brush, like this, okay? And you can take some of your highlighter that's on the cap from your highlight, and just press that in to the lid. And that just really opens up the eye, and it's so easy. Just gives a little sparkle to the eye. You can also, if you want to be adventurous, grab a little tiny brush. This is the E10. I don't know whether you can see that, but the E10 from Blank Canvas, and you can pop it in the inner corner of the eye. Just opens up your eye a little bit. Okay, next, just take any eye pencil, and all you're going to do is, you're not going to use it down on the bottom unless you want to. You're going to use it on your top waterline, which is called tight lining, and you're going to just basically apply that, and it just opens up the eye. My eyelashes are very sparse because I've had so many eyelash extensions on, so this is a great way of filling in any gaps that you have. So I'm using Costa Riche from MAC, and I'm just literally going to, this is a weird one to do on camera, I'm just going to add a little bit depth. Next, I'm just going to apply a tiny bit of mascara, and I love this mascara. This really works well for my lashes, and it's the Thick and Fast Collagen Cut Mascara in Film Noir from Soap and Glory. I've loved this for years. I usually curl my lashes, but I actually forgot my eyelash curler, so I can't do that. So I'm just going to pop a little bit on the eyelashes, and when I get to the base of the lash, I kind of wiggle my brush, and it kind of gives me a little bit more volume. So pop on the lash and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Same on the bottom. And the same on the other eye. Then I go back in. When one eye has dried, I go back in and I apply another coat. I always find if you let a coat dry, on the second coat you get a lot more volume. To finish my brows, I'm actually going to use the Full Brow 3-in-1 Brow Fibre in the shade Black. It's really brilliant. You can see it's like a little spoolie, and it has brow fibres on it, so it actually adds volume almost. It adds fibres to your lashes, and it just really does make them look amazing. So if you have decent if you have decent brows already, you can just run this through and you're out the door. If you don't, it will actually give you a fuller brow. That's the product what it's called, but it does actually work. Really love this brand, and it's actually available in Roaches. I'll leave the links to everything down below. But this range is just a deadly range. I am obsessed with brows, as you know. And even though I have my V-brow, I still need to fill them in, just the way it is. Next, and nearly finally, onto the lips. Strip down lip liner from MAC. Don't be too precise, just put it on, just line your lips. And then I always like to kind of go onto my lip, blend it in with by smudging your lips, and it just kind of gives a base in case your lipstick wears off during the day. I know this is expensive, I know it's not in everyone's price range, but it's a brilliant one and I love it, and I know even if I apply it in the car, I know it's going to look good. So this is Bitch Perfect from Charlotte Tilbury, and I love this. It's just a tried and tested product for me, and I just really love it. And then to finish it off, I'm going to use the Volumizing Lip Booster from Crease. This is an inexpensive product. So before I'm finished, I just want to clean. I just feel like I need a little bit of cleaning in this kind of area. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take that brush that I use, the F40 from Blank Canvas that I use to set my under eye width, and I'm going to pop a little bit of my translucent powder on the back of my hand. I'm just going to go along that line. I don't like really, I like to have kind of a clean area down here. That's it. So to finally finish everything off and to set my makeup in place, I am really, really, really obsessed. What am I doing? With this Pixie Glow Mist. It's just so nice. You have to shake it. It's like an island water substance, and you just spray it all over your face. That takes away any of the kind of powder look on your skin. Let it set for a second, and with your sponge, tap it into the skin, and it just takes away. Put it under your eye as well. Just takes away any of the dodgy product. And you're back to healthy and glowing. So that's it. That's so easy, I know. But I wanted to show you because I wanted to kind of show you what I do every day to get out to work, or if you want to go to the shops or drop the kids to school or whatever it is, get out that door and you're done. Easy, simple, not much technique. Hope this is helpful. And if you did enjoy it, let me know below. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell down below, and let me know what else you want to see from me, because I'm here to stay and I really am loving this. And I just want to kind of make makeup easy for people. I don't want to make it all about precise lines and all that kind of thing. I just want to make it easy for people to enjoy and to feel good about themselves. That's all. Thanks so much for watching.